They rarely explain it this way. Not because it's hidden, but because it's inconvenient. Because it challenges habits most people quietly defend. Wealth doesn't disappear in dramatic collapses. It drains away slowly, through ordinary decisions that feel harmless in the moment. This story isn't really about money. It's about timing, about what gets satisfied immediately and what's allowed to wait. Modern life is built to eliminate waiting. Desire appears, and the solution is already prepared. A tap, a swipe, a payment plan. Nothing is meant to linger long enough to become uncomfortable. That speed feels like progress, but it leaves evidence. People don't fail financially because they lack ambition or intelligence. They fail because they're trained to respond instantly to every internal signal. Stress? Relieve it. Boredom? Fill it. Insecurity? Prove something. Each response feels justified, even reasonable, but patterns aren't visible up close. They only appear when you step back far enough to see where years of decisions actually led. Look closely, and a contrast begins to form. Those who struggle financially are often decisive, energetic, and always acting. They move quickly. They close the distance between wanting and having as fast as possible. Speed feels productive. It feels powerful. But wealth doesn't grow at the speed of impulse. It grows in the quiet gap between desire and action. That gap is uncomfortable, and most people are taught to eliminate it, not sit inside it. Delayed pleasure isn't about deprivation. It's about control. It allows money to remain untouched long enough to compound. It allows opportunities to be evaluated instead of chased. It builds tolerance for discomfort, which slowly turns into leverage. This is rarely described honestly. Spending is framed as self-care. Debt is framed as access. Consumption is framed as identity. But notice what's absent from the narrative. No one emphasizes how immediacy fragments ownership, how rewards taken early reduce future options, how convenience quietly trades autonomy for relief. Nothing catastrophic happens at first. There's no alarm, no clear moment of failure, just a growing dependence on speed. Another upgrade, another subscription, another reward claimed early because waiting felt unnecessary. Over time, effort and outcome drift further apart. People work harder but feel less free, earn more but control less, move faster but go nowhere new. Eventually, frustration appears. Wealth begins to feel inaccessible, as if it's reserved for others with better luck, connections, or timing. But the question underneath that frustration is rarely asked out loud. How often was comfort chosen over patience? The people who eventually build lasting wealth aren't immune to desire. They feel it just as strongly. The difference is behavioral, not emotional. They don't treat every urge as a command. They let boredom pass without filling it. They let envy cool instead of acting on it. They allow time to do work that impulse never could. From the outside, this restraint is often misread. It looks like hesitation, like missed chances, like playing too safe, until time reveals the outcome. Because wealth doesn't reward intensity, it rewards endurance. It rewards those who can delay relief, delay validation, delay proof long enough for compounding to take effect. Compounding isn't just financial, it's psychological. Each time gratification is delayed, the quiet belief is reinforced. I decide when. That belief shapes future decisions. It reduces panic. It expands optionality. Without it, every decision feels urgent, and urgency is expensive. If pleasure must always be immediate, independence is always postponed. If every want is satisfied now, control quietly shifts elsewhere. No external force is required. Impatience does the work on its own. This is why income alone rarely changes outcomes. Many people earn more and still feel trapped. Because without delayed gratification, increased income just accelerates the same patterns. More money moves faster. Mistakes compound too. The real dividing line isn't how much someone makes, or how smart they are, or how early they started. It's whether they can sit with desire long enough to decide, rather than react. That single habit shapes trajectories more than any tactic. It determines whether money becomes a tool or a leash, whether time becomes an ally or an enemy, whether effort eventually converts into freedom. Question where your urgency comes from. Question who benefits from your impatience. And examine which choices were truly deliberate and which were simply fast. Share your perspective in the comments, not conclusions, observations, and continue the conversation.